Kongzi, the first CEO of China. Yes, he was tall, noble-born, and trained in elite state rituals. But his true power was transforming credibility into a repeatable leadership system. The blueprint behind Asia's longest-lasting institutions. Hello and welcome to the first CEO. I am Fred Huang. I have spent over 3 decades studying and practicing business strategy across the US and Asia. Purdue IE Master, MBA courses at Purdue, and over 20 years in consulting and teaching, preparing to bring you ancient wisdom for modern business. What if I told you that the secret to building a lasting business isn't a new high-tech strategy, but a 2,500 years old guide written by a Chinese teacher you've heard of but probably misunderstood? This guide is collected in a book called The Inner Lex, which records his lessons on leadership, ethics, and governance. Today, we will explore one key question. What was Kongzi's first priority in life? Was it really to hold political office? Part 1. The misunderstood first priority. When we open the Analects, we see Kongzi expressing eagerness to serve in government. If someone were to hire me to govern, within a month, there would be quick wins. In 3 years, great achievements. At the first glance, it's easy to think his main goal was simply to be an official. After all, he spent 14 years traveling between states, negotiation with rulers, hardly the life of a teacher sitting quietly in a classroom. But here's the key insight. He wasn't chasing the title. He wanted the platform that the government role could provide. The real goal was to transform society. Holding office was just one of the tools to make the vision a reality. Think of it like this. If you are a top engineer or a startup founder, getting the CEO or CTO roles isn't about the power of its own sake. It's about getting the resources to implement your ideas. For Kongzi, being in government was the operating system installer for social reform. Part 2. Education and Government, Two Wings of Strategies. Interestingly, his education work started long before his political career. At 23, he had already founded his private school. By 51, when he took a government position in the state of Lu, one of the early Chinese states, about 2,500 years ago. His educational system had been running for over 25 years. His students like Yan Hui and Zilu were already emerging as future leaders. Education wasn't just teaching, it was building a talent ecosystem. And when Kongzi entered politics, these students became his execution team, helped him implement reforms. For example, he once led the dismantling of walls built by powerful families in the state of rule. These walls were meant for defense, but they also let these families act as mini kings, undermining the central rulers. By removing them, he reinforced the authority of the state, while also giving his students hands-on leadership experience. This illustrates a deeper strategy. Education and governments were not separate or sequential. They were complementary. Education cultivates talent and ideas. Politics provide a testing ground to implement them. Together, they formed a dynamic multi-path strategy for achieving his ultimate goal, a just and harmonious society. Part 3 was what was Kongzi's true first priority. So, if we ask again, what was the first priority of Kongzi? It was not just simple teaching. It was not simple holding office. It was changing the world using multiple paths in parallel. Core vision: build a society guided by fairness, respect, and virtue. Strategic paths: Path A: direct action through government, using authority to implement reforms. Path B: long-term impact through education, shaping minds and values. Strategic synergy: education supported governance, governance validated and enriched education. Kongzi's life shows a profound lesson. When your first priority is to transform the world, you create a flexible, multiple-layered strategy. Every role you take, teacher, advisor, reformer, become a stepping stone toward the vision. Conclusion and takeaway. For us today, especially as leaders or entrepreneurs, the lesson is clear. Success is not just about title or positions. It's about building systems for influence, for trust, and for impact. Kongzi invested in his talent and idea ecosystem before leveraging power. That's the playbook for anyone who wants to leave a lasting mark, whether in business, education, or society. In the next episode, we will dive deeper into how he grew his educational empire and turned it into a sustainable organization that lasts 2,500 years. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, please like the video, subscribe, and comment below. What is one action you can take today to start building your ecosystem for long-term impact? Thank you. See you next time.